Hey guys.
I don't know how to talk to you. I don't know how to ask you if you're okay. My friends always feel the need to tell me things. Seems like they're just happier than us these days. These days I don't know how to talk to you. I don't know how to be there when you need me. It feels like the only time you see me is when you turn your head.
As you can see at the title of this video up there or down below, whichever you wanna use, I am filming a type of video that you kind of don't really see on YouTube. At least I don't really see this a lot. But it's a type of video that how I kind of organize my planner every week and what I kind of do for organization skills to keep me on top of things and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So this is just my overall how I stay organized through college video. I hope you guys enjoy this video and give it a thumbs up if you think it was helpful. And yeah, so let's just get right into it. First of all, for a disclaimer before I actually start the video, there's no like certain way you have to organize something. It's just this is the way I do things, and it's helped a lot of people that have tried it. So I just figured that I would put it on the internet to maybe help some more people. But I had this kind of last minute thinking, oh, why don't I film this video, because I was helping out my friend Jessie. Shout out to her. I'll put her social media stuff, YouTube, Twitter, you know, whatever stuff there, because she's my ultimate best friend and I love her. And I was helping her out the other night with some stuff that I do that kind of helps me think day to day instead of a lot of time in ahead. So this is just going to be a tips and advice video, not something that you have to abide by any means. So we're going to get into the video now. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm sorry for those of you who really want to see what's on my iPhone. I promise you it's not interesting at all right now. It's literally nothing but factory apps and Snapchat. So hope you guys enjoy this tips and tricks advice video for organization tips in college or high school. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Okay, so the first thing that I do when I am organizing things is I would recommend you getting a planner of some sort. It doesn't have to be Victoria's Secret. I just happened to be at Victoria's Secret and it was really, really cute, and I just couldn't deny. So this is retailed for $15, so this is pretty expensive for a small planner, but it does have some nice features because it does have like a nice, like it's pretty wide for a small planner, if that makes any sense. So I really like it. It's a really nice contrast between a big planner that's usually this size and a contrast between the small planners that are like the size of this pink portion. So you can see I have some tabs up here and I have a tab on this side. There are reasons why I have that, and then I'll get into those. But first of all, the reason why you want to have a planner like this is for me in high school I didn't really care about school, which sounds so bad, but I didn't see importance in it at all until like junior year. So I didn't try at all freshman and sophomore year. Like I think I tried freshman year just because I wanted to be cool and I was a freshman and I thought it was cool to be on honor roll. So I got on honor roll freshman year. And then after that I was like, this is stupid. So I was never one to like really enjoy school. I didn't start enjoying school until I got into college because I don't know, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I love school now that I'm in college. Like, I don't know if it's just because I am paying for it. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's because my professors are actually people who care about me and not people who are just like trying to get them to pass their class. So yeah. So the first thing I recommend having is a planner of this size. Get one that is big enough so your writing doesn't cover up an entire column with one subject. You know what I mean? So like I'm gonna go to a page and show you how big the squares are. So like this week, this is last week's. I literally have so much space. Like this is what it looks like when it's completely empty. And I can fit all of my classes work and then take whatever I didn't do from this day over here because of this notes column down here. So like I have, like if I'm hanging out with people like over here, like I have 60% of Pi completed by end of the week, and I have to have 18 hours in my math class, which I did not complete because I forgot about it. But it's not because I didn't look in here, it's because I was doing other homework. So yeah. But this says hang out with Lee and Bradley, which I do notes down here as in like if I need to do it, if I need to hang out with anyone or any appointments or stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna walk you through what I normally do on a weekly basis with this planner. This is what a planner will look like full to the brim in my planner. Like this is going back a week. I don't think I used it this much this week, or I didn't have that much homework, but I did write in it every day. Like I write in it every day no matter if I have homework or not, because then I know I've actually kept up with it. So it is Wednesday now, and this is what this week's looked like. So yesterday, it doesn't look like a lot because, or not yesterday, Monday. Doesn't look like a lot because I had to go to work, so it is determined by how much I do, depends on if I go to work or not. So I will write, like down here it says work 7 to 2, so I worked 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. on Monday, so I only had from 3 to 7 to do all this. And I have it sometimes, I'm going to get closer to the camera to show you. Sometimes I have it kind of, it's backwards. Hopefully it's not backwards in the video. I'll be pissed if it is. But sometimes you can see right here, I do highlight it sometimes, and then there are times over here that I star things based on importance. So, yeah, I try to organize it in a color-coded way with the highlighters seeing as what's important, like correct, like I have to have this stuff done. That's why I highlighted it, that comes first. That's the same kind of concept with the stars over here, but the stars are more flexible because they're erasable. So the highlighter is like complete commitment, and yeah, so my planner is usually pretty full because I'm a full-time college student. I have 17 credit hours right now, and every day I have at least 2 or 3 classes. So I do have a fair amount of work on my hands, so if your planner might not look the exact same because I don't write everything in here, I just write what I need to do for school and then appointments or other announcements in the bottom. Everything else in my life I save for the calendar that's above my bed in my room. So the calendar, another thing that I would recommend you having, number 2 supply, is to have a larger calendar that looks kind of like that picture, that's pretty big. My calendar is not that big, but a calendar that is like that size, that goes on your wall or can go on your desk, somewhere that you are gonna see it every single moment of your day if you are in that room. So you can write homework due dates, test dates, study guide dates, book dates, due dates, everything on that calendar. And what I have done is I've color-coded every single class, and I've taken every single syllabus I've gotten that has the tentative dates on it, and I've put every single class color-coordinated with its dates. Days of no class, days of class I'm in the library, days of class it's extra, exam days, note-taking days, Alice training days, you know. Everything I can possibly think of is on that calendar, and it does not look intimidating, I promise you. There's usually only 1 or 2 things per day because I just wrote down on what days we're doing what chapter and then what days have tests and stuff like that. It's not crazy, I guarantee you. It all just counts down to how you organize your stuff and how much stuff you have. So normally when I start writing my planner, I'm at school. It's the first period. of the day, and class have not started yet. I usually try to get to my class 10 to 15 minutes before so that I have 5 minutes to get there, and then I'm in the classroom 10 minutes before. I'm in my seat and I'm writing my planner. It's a daily routine that I do. So the first thing I will do is write down the things that I did not do yesterday. So I will look, for instance, yesterday was Tuesday, and the things I did not complete were laundry and working on my topic and bibliography, as well as my FYU library paper. The things that I wrote first are topic and bibliography, because it's due Thursday, so I have to do that by today, and the geography study guide, which I did do yesterday, but it's not finished, so I need to finish that first, and then my ocean study guide, which is for the same class as the topic and bibliography, because my exam is next week as well. So then I also wrote laundry and FYE paper, which are the things I did not finish yesterday. Then I start writing the assignments that were assigned today. So today I was in human communication, which is a class I'm taking for my major, and I have to start reading chapters 2, 3, 4, and 13 for a number 1 test that is in October. So I wrote that down, and I need to do my math. So it depends on how organized you want to be, because I don't write everything in here, but I write a good amount in here, because if I don't write anything down, I will not hold myself accountable to it, and I will forget it, and then I'll say, oh, I can do it tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. No. First rule of trying to get things, getting things done on time or before the due date is do not tell yourself that you can do it tomorrow. Obviously, if there's a life-threatening situation where someone's arm gets cut off and you have to go to the emergency room, then yes, you can do it tomorrow. But any other circumstances, oh, my friend wants to hang out today, so no. You tell them no. You have stuff to do, girl. You want to be a successful college student, the tips and advice that I'm going to give you in this video are not horrible. They're not things that are going to restrict you from your social life, because let's be real, I was not social in high school hardly at all. I only had a couple friends. In college, I have so many friends, and I literally hang out with one almost every single day, and I still get all my stuff done. It just means that you have to prioritize your time correctly by saying, okay, I'm going to get my studies done first, and then I can text this person if I have time and say, do you still want to hang out? I have all my homework done, blah, blah, blah. So when someone asks me, do you have, when you have free time? I will tell them, okay, I don't work this day and this day and this day, but I reserve those days for doing most of my homework. And then the person that wants to hang out with me, or if I want to hang out with someone, I will tell them, I usually write down my planner what homework I have to do, and I'm not going to estimate a time I'll be done because I don't know. But if you still want to hang out, I can text you when I'm done, or we can go another time, or we can plan for 2 or 3 weeks ahead so that I can, you can't get home from school and get a text from your friend and be like, oh, do you want to go do this? When you had a plan to come home and do your homework, because then you're saying, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, and then something else will come up tomorrow and you won't do it, or you don't want to do it tomorrow, or you don't have time to do it tomorrow, or you forget that it's due today, or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not good to say, I'll do it tomorrow, because if you say that, then you're just going to get in the habit of saying, I'll do it tomorrow, and it never gets done. And when you do it, you're going to be like, oh my god, I have to do this, it's due tomorrow, like, I have to do it today. And then if you don't want to, you're like, it's going to take you 3 hours because you've been putting it off, and, it's not good. So that is tip number 1, do not say you'll do it tomorrow, unless your arm is bleeding. No, wait, unless your leg is cut off or something like that. Do not, even then, you can do your homework in the afternoon. Don't do it tomorrow, don't. Unless your dad is yelling at you and tells you that you have family meeting, because You have to go to those. I had those as a kid. Okay, just go. Don't say no. Tip number 2, do not give yourself so many options. No, that's not right. Okay, you have to take every day by its time. Like, take time day by day, because if you take things day by day, then you're not looking at the bigger picture, as in you have to go to the Apple store, you have to do laundry, you have to do your geography study guide, you have to work on your topic and bibliography, you have to start studying for psych, you have to work on your FYE paper, you have to work on your ocean study guide, and you have to work 7 to 2, and you have to work on your whatever chapters for HC. No, you don't need to do that. Don't sit there and say, okay, I want all this done by today, and then make it a non-realistic goal. As what I'm saying is, advice number 2, do not make unrealistic goals. When you are making the goals for what items or schoolwork you want done by a certain day, you need to keep in mind what your real work ethic is and how long it takes you to do assignments, so that you're writing down things on the correct day and you're not putting too much in one day so you're getting overwhelmed. If you are writing things down and you want to start challenging yourself, you can write things down that you want done, and then after those you can say, if time allows, start studying for psych. So it doesn't make it a concrete thing, but if you do end up finishing those assignments sooner than you expected, then it doesn't mean you're just sitting around your house and wasting time that you could be using on something valuable. It means that you have finished early and you have more energy to study, and you have more time to study, and your brain is not fried, and you want to do things that are beneficial through your time. So you have it there so that if you do have that free time and you have had your break and you are not dying of exhaustion, you can start working on something new. It's not terrible to do this. I actually do this very often. It's not very often that it actually happens, but it's the idea that counts. That if I only am assigned 2 homework assignments for the entire day, and I have chores and I get those done, and it's still like 5 o'clock, why on earth would I sit down in my house and do nothing for the rest of the entire night? That makes no sense to me, because then if I get assigned homework on top of studying, on top of working the next day, then I'm exhausted. So my interpretation is, if I were to finish my homework and studying for what needs to be done tomorrow by like 5:30 or 6, I still have at least 6 or 7 hours of nothing. So I think it's important to start on things ahead of time if you can, if you have the time. Do not stress about it. If you don't have the time, then don't. It's okay. But if you do have the time, I think it's a very, 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 very important and very, very smart thing to do, because then when you start on things ahead of time, you can do them in little increments. So you're doing things every single day, but you're doing a lot. Like, when I started doing my ocean study guide, I have an exam next Thursday. It is Wednesday, so in a week I will have an exam in that class. I have been working on the study guide for that exam for the last week and a half, because there is so much material on it. I want to be able to finish writing the study guide and study that before my exam. So I'm about almost halfway through this study guide, and so my plan is that I do a little bit each day, so that the information is fresh in my mind. It's still going through my mind. I'm thinking about it, and it's helping me remember it at the same time as I'm thinking about it and studying it while I'm writing the answers to the questions down. So you're unconsciously studying when you're really just doing the study guide, but your mind is continuously thinking about these theories and the ideas for that class. If you're continuously studying every single day with little amounts, you're doing homework for each class every single day, so all the information is going in and in and in and in. It's never leaving. It's constantly, your brain is putting it in its little file folders of which class goes where, but when you start studying, it pulls it out and it's like, oh, half it's already here. I'm learning more material. I'm putting more material in the file folder, but then when you move on to the next subject, it puts it away in the file folder, it puts the file folder back into the file cabinet in your brain. This is all imaginary, by the way, but it's the theory. So when you start on a new topic, it pulls that file folder out of the file cabinet, opens it up, and when you put more information, you're doing the new questions on the study guide, you're putting more information on that file folder. When you finish that subject, it puts the file folder away into the file cabinet and then pulls out the next subject. You know what I'm saying? So when you do little things, when you do a little amount of everything every single day, it increases the amount of information you retain when you are studying. So when you're studying, you have a greater understanding of what you need to know, so that when you're studying, you're actually quizzing yourself and you're not trying to remember every little thing that you're reading. You know what I mean? So I'll do a study tips and stuff video because, girl, have I learned stuff about studying. But the whole idea with doing little amounts of these 3 or 4 things every single day is a good idea or habit to get into, because it helps your mind. It helps train your mind to remember things. It really does. And it also helps that if you're studying for a big test, that after studying for about an hour and a half, you let your mind rest, where you sit down and just you don't want to be doing anything except maybe watching a video on YouTube or scrolling through your social media feed. Something that's very relaxing for you, because once you let your mind rest, it's unconsciously going through the file folders and knowing the information. So I actually learned this in one of my classes, so it's not just me thinking that's the way it goes. My professor actually told me that's how the brain works. So it's not something that I'm just saying uneducatedly, you know what I mean? So I didn't do any research for this video because it's a tips and tricks and advice, but I do know that your brain is a very, very complex part of your body, and it's a very fascinating type of subject to learn about, and I've found out that I love learning about the brain and the way the humans react to things and the way that human bodies are and the reasons why they are and why they do things. Completely obsessed with the idea of psychology, but that is off topic. Rachel, stop it. I apologize for the way I look. Didn't have any time to put any makeup on or do my hair because I had to shave my legs. Priorities, you know. But yes, so I hope this video helped you guys out, and if you want to know any more tips, tricks, and advice for organizing yourself, you guys can comment down below, and I guess I can do a part 2 of this video if you'd really want to see that. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy. The next video I will be filming probably will be my iPhone video. I'm not sure, just because I don't want to film it when there's nothing on my phone, and I want to make it interesting for you guys. So if there's nothing on my phone, there's nothing interesting, blah blah. But yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video. I don't know when that will be, but I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you guys are inspired to keep being happy and have positive vibes throughout your life, because that will really help you deal with your stress in situations. And I think that always having a happy mindset and keeping your ideas in perspective really helps you deal with everyday life situations. So keep that smile on your face, and I'll see you next week. Bye! When I can't find the stop button.